Everybody, we're going to give you an inside look at a mixing session, starting with the drums for this song, The Dark Half. And just a little background on this song. So this is originally from 2008, and I'm going to release it with the People Going Places Redo album. The only thing I'm going to do that's different with this track is add a drum section from Easy Drummer, because the original drums were just me on my electronic drum kit, and they just sound horrible. So here's the original drums. They're not god awful, but the first problem is it's one solid waveform, so I can't put the snare anywhere but dead center. The crash and all that, everything's dead center. I can't pan it. Everything's panned together, so we don't want that. It's not good. So instead of having that, I'm adding an Easy Drummer drum to this, and obviously you can hear we can solo out the kick, we can solo out the snare, etc. And we will change the Jacques going to be editing the actual drums, so this is not the actual drums, but it's a general idea for us to work with. Backstory over, let's focus on the mixing. So I'm going to start with this drum section, mute everything else out. Before I even start on that, let me add this Abbey Road Studio. To fix my headphone sound. Alright. And what I'm doing is working with templates. So I built my template around the Alive mix. So starting with the kick, let's pull in a Q10 EQ CL compressor, and then I got a gate on there as well. So let's go Q10 mono, since this is a mono track. And I believe I have some presets. So this is what I used for Alive, and let's just hear what it sounds like on this kit. So that's with, without, with, without. So boosting at 12 in the 50 frequency, and 5 in the 5000. So this is the beater of the kick, and this is of course the low end of the kick, and that's what I have indicated here on my EQ spectrum. So 50 is kick, 5000 is kick, and nothing else is going to be in that frequency range. So let's go ahead and add a compressor. And there's my kick preset. So it's going to just sound louder and more consistent. And I'm also using a gate. So let's go ahead, and I like using this Easy Mix for some things. It comes in pretty handy, especially when I'm still learning the process. So now you can hear the reverberation is gone with that gate on. And that's what I want. I don't want a big boomy gate. I mean a big boomy kick. So there's our kick. Now let's do the snare. So really the same thing, Q10 mono. Load our preset file, snare, and on the snare I have it accented at 170 hertz, 900 hertz, and then 5500 kilohertz and 10,000 kilohertz. And if you look here, so snare, 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 and nothing else is competing with it. Things next to it, but not exactly in the same frequency space. So let's hear it together. just a little sharper with the EQ on. Some punch there with that compressor, and I'm pretty sure I have a gate on here too. It's pretty dramatic when you put that gate on. So without, with. So you see some peakage here. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll fix that later. Alright, so let's move on to hi-hat. Let me check my panning real quick. So we got kick 25, snare. Let's change this to 21. And hi-hat, let's put this at about 17. And hi-hat, looks like we got Q10 mono, CL compressor, and another easy mix component. So instantly you hear a difference there with the hi-hat. Brighter. And let's put the compressor on. Alright, so really scooped out all that low end. It's probably not much there anyways, but I took it out anyways. So frequencies for the hi-hat is at 500, 6,000, and 11,000. So that's where the peakage is there. And then we have another easy mix here. And I use the Basic 4. It's just gonna add some more compression and high boost. I can certainly do that on my own, but it just does it so quickly for me. I'm just gonna use it. All right. Moving on to toms. So toms, we got Q10 stereo because the toms are not a mono. They are panned left to right, so I want that to come across. If I do mono, it will sound mono. So emphasis on these toms is at the 275 and 1100. And I scooped out lows and highs on those toms. Let me see if I can find some. So just a tiny one right there. Another tiny one. Some right there. Yeah, it's probably as good as it's going to get right there. So not much really happening there. Let me put on the gate. Oh, that would help to turn them on too. There you go. All right. So let's hear it without any effects. Well, that's with. That's without. With on those toms. All right. Let's get out of that loop. Go into overheads now. So overheads I didn't do a whole lot to. We have a compressor. And we got some EQ via Easy Mix. I think I did overhead crisp. There you go. And then I also use S1 matrix stereo to push it behind. So without, with, just pushes it back. Kind of gets it out of the way. Only problem is my ride is on the overhead. So much more presence there with the ride. It loses presence there with the matrix on. But it gets it out of the way of the mix. And then let's go to our drum sub mix here. And we got easy mix drum bus. It's just going to add some compression. There we go. Some EQ and parallel tape right here. Just a little more character, really. And then I like to use the Maserati group stereo. I don't have it there, let me pull it up. And I like this R&B Pop Master. And I find the louder part. You want this to stay in green. Yellow is, stay away from yellow, stay away from red, obviously. These you can tweak with, but I like how it sounds really out of the box.